Hello, class of 2029. This is Dr. Nicholas Burt, NYIT Com class of 2025, current PGY1 pediatrics resident in the child neurology program at Massachusetts General Hospital. I am currently on my newborn nursery block, which is beautiful, but also means that I have a little time to step outside and chat with you guys. I also just sat through 2 weeks of orientation myself, so I am very familiar with how exciting but also overwhelming that time can be. I was asked to reflect on my own orientation and advice either that I have for the incoming class or what I would tell my first year self. And the thought that kept coming back to me is just how little of your time over the next 4 years will truly be your own. And my advice to you would be to spend that time doing the things you love, but also to pick the activities that you think are going to make you a better clinician and not the ones you think residency programs want to see. This was something that I struggled with for at least the first 3 years of medical school, coming out of undergrad, out of my gap years, showing up at NYIT, planning to treat it like undergrad 2.0, and just trying to get as involved as possible, as many activities as I could get my hands into to demonstrate to programs that I was involved and invested in, that I had the bandwidth. And it wasn't until I got to my clinical years that I realized how much better I could have spent that time if I engaged with the material more, picked my activities more carefully, really bumped up my clinical skills so that I could impress when I got to years 3 and 4. Prime example, if you are interested in neurology, maybe it's not necessary to hold positions on both the neurology and the neurology and psychiatry interest group boards, because it is entirely possible that 2 years later, during your residency interviews, neither of them will ever come up, because that just isn't what the programs wanted to hear about. They wanted to hear about your interactions with patients and their communities. On that note, inevitably over the next few weeks, some of you are going to run for first-year representative positions in those organizations that you're interested in. And speaking from personal experience, if you run for several of them and don't get picked for any of them, it's going to be okay. Don't get too down about it. I was also asked about anything that surprised me about the last 4 years and whether this is an appropriate example or not. About halfway through my second year, my wife and I learned that she was pregnant. And having a baby during my first week of third year, the first week that I ever spent in a hospital, was really not part of the plan. And I was terrified. I thought that the world was ending. I was convinced that all of the effort that I had put in during years 1 and 2 to build myself up as this applicant for residency were going to be wasted, that I would be spending too much time at home and not studying to keep up my grades, and that I would be spending too much time in the hospital to be the engaged parent that I wanted to be. And I was just wrong on all accounts. It was the best thing that could have happened at the best time it could have happened to me. I spent years 1 through 3 convinced I was going to be an adult neurologist. And it wasn't until I had that experience both with my kid, but also as a parent, that I got the confidence to know that I could do pediatric neurology. And I would not have performed anywhere near as well on my rotations or in my interviews for child neurology without that ability to talk to concerned parents that experience gave me. All that to say, life is going to happen while you're in medical school, and the only thing I can urge you to do is to stay flexible and to see where it takes you, because I would not be here if not for my son. Last thing I'll say, enjoy the time that you all have here together on campus for these first 2 years, because you are not going to get community like that again moving forward. And it is going to go a lot faster than you think. And you might not see some of those people again until commencement. So enjoy it. Thank you for chatting with me. I hope to see some of you rotating up here in Boston in the next 4 years or so. And I wish you all the best. Best of luck.